Back in 2019, a group of 5 students at the University of Greenwich made the bold decision to join Enactus, set up a team on campus, and start leading youth social action in our local community of Southeast London.
We needed to work hard, recruit members, develop our projects, and raise funds.
We needed to build solid foundations and unite as a team.
We needed to step up and take the lead to make our ambitions a reality.
We knew it was going to be a really big challenge to achieve.
Challenge accepted.
Hi, I'm Andrei.
I'm Colette.
I'm Ekant.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Lenka.
And we are Enactus Greenwich.
And these are some of our highlights.
We are working on 2 social projects,
Have 46 members,
2 business advisors,
4 university advisors,
Have 7 committee members.
and have had 2 advisory board meetings.
We share a common concern for people living in our community living in a food poverty.
According to studies, 1 in 5 Londoners have low-level food security. It is estimated that 400,000 children under 16 in London cannot access or afford enough nutritious food.
Therefore, we are ready to take entrepreneurial actions to tackle this issue.
and this is our project MELT, Food for Sharing, Not for Wasting.
MELT aims to decrease food waste by redistributing food industry surplus into primary schools' pop-up markets.
We have experienced a few changes in Project Leader, stalling the process of finding a direction for the project, as well as difficulties in navigating the minefield of food and hygiene legislation that caused us a few delays in our project progress.
Our first step was to seek advice and guidance from representatives at Greenwich Food Bank to better understand the problem and our beneficiary group. We learned that there are currently many children living in severe food insecurity, which informed the direction of our project to explore how we could support vulnerable families, mainly children in primary schools and their parents.
Then we approached the Fair Share, which is the UK's longest running food redistributed charity, to deliver surplus food to your local primary school and provide the children with a healthy, nutritious food while educating them about healthy consumption.
We have decided to set up a pop-up market stall on a pay-what-you-can basis after school on the premises of Deptford Park Primary School to provide vulnerable families with fresh food. We learned from our contact at Fairshare that this school is in a deprived area with many families struggling financially.
To make sure this will not be abused, we will establish policies as to how much food we will sell to each family. One way we are considering is to limit the amount of food per child per family. We will establish further policies after our meeting with Heatherfield Primary School, which already runs such a project and will be able to help us clear up any uncertainties.
We have also created recipe cards with currently 2 quick and easy breakfast ideas that we'll offer children to take home and make.
To bring the project to life, our action plan starts with the collecting food from Fair Share, distributing it to the families along the recipe cards.
These steps would help us to relieve people who struggle to afford food, reduce the amount of food being wasted by taking part in the Fair Share scheme, and to increase the nutrient value of the families in the area.
By providing vulnerable families with affordable, healthy food, we will have a direct impact on increasing nutrient-dense food intake in families, encourage healthy eating, and will have a positive impact on a child's academic performance, concentration in class, readiness to learn, behavior, and punctuality. We will measure this by asking teachers for feedback on any changes in students' performance.
And our future plan 2020. September, we meet Heatherfield Primary School to learn firsthand about how to run a project like this.
October, meet with Deptford Park Primary School to discuss the possibility of a future collaboration.
November, set up and pilot the first stall experience, collect feedback from customers and improve.
Exploring other ways of supporting the vulnerable groups, we found out that by the end of 2019, there were at least 5,630 asylum seekers in London.
The majority do not have the right to work in the United Kingdom and so must rely on state support.
Housing is provided, but asylum seekers cannot choose where it is, and it is often hard to let properties which council tenants do not want to live in.
Cash support for them is available and is currently set at over £5 per day from the government to cover the cost of their basic necessities.
Students at Enactus Greenwich comes from various different countries. Just like asylum seekers and refugees in hope to have a better future, we wanted to ensure that they could also have the same opportunity.
We have identified how much support do people seeking asylum need in terms of basic necessities and social inclusion. Therefore, we have decided to help and create a more joyful environment for them. And now, let me introduce you to our second project, HOPE.
HOPE tries to support asylum seekers and refugees with essential items, delivering social activity sessions and employment support.
Asylum seekers are individuals who flee their home country, enter another country, and apply for the protection granted by a state.
As for the government policies, once someone is granted a refugee status, they have only 28 days to look for a place to live and find a job. Many people end up living in uncertainty, feeling alone and isolated.
Moreover, the language barrier and the lack of secure and safe relationships make it more difficult to connect to others in the new host country.
We took action and partnered with Croydon Refugee Day Centre, which is a friendly, safe meeting place offering practical assistance to asylum seekers and refugees.
Our ambition was to get to know our beneficiary on a personal level and build trust. We were curious to hear their story and learn about their aspirations and needs. After several conversations, we decided to address our beneficiary basic needs by supporting them with clothing.
We have engaged our Greenwich community to action and have successfully rolled out our clothes collection program at the university. We have achieved this by setting up clothes drop boxes around the university across 3 campuses.
We cleaned the collected items and donated 7 packages of clothing to the Croydon Refugee Day Centre, which included 5 jackets, 8 pairs of jeans, 15 t-shirts, and 5 pairs of shoes.
The clothing we provided not only helped our beneficiaries to stay warm during the winter season, but has also created a positive impact on their self-esteem, which encouraged them to engage more in social activities.
Adil is one of the asylum seekers we have worked closely with. He's a young Moroccan man and used to be a policeman back in Morocco, but corruption and life threats forced him to leave his nation and his profession. From the clothes donated to Croydon Day Centre, Adil received 2 jeans, 1 t-shirt, 2 shirts, and a pair of sneakers, and this is what Adil has to say about his initial experiences with Enactus Greenwich.
Hello, I am Adil Rushdi. I am from Morocco. I live now in UK. I am a refugee here in London. Really, first of all, I want to thank you for your coming here. Really, it's my pleasure to speak with the University Greenwich. Really, my dream, the first dream here, to become a policeman here. I decided to travel to Turkey, and after Turkey, 14 countries to arrive to London. Without work, it's very hard to live here. Really, it's very hard to live in a country more than 33 years, and you know everything there, and in a time you change your life and your it's very hard. If someone leave the home country and decide to live for another country. I come here for clothes or for something like that. And when someone arrive here, they need everything. They want clothes and they want food. They want everything. For that, they come to church here. We want someone to support us and to help us. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Being constantly in touch with Adil, we realized that he still needs some extended support in terms of basic needs. He made us realize how boredom is becoming his biggest enemy since he is not authorized to work without a status in the UK.
Also, apart from boredom, Adil was going through a culture shock due to which he was facing many difficulties getting accustomed to the British accent and trends.
We have connected with Adil on a personal level by having many friendly conversations with him, discussing school or personal life experiences. Such conversations made him open up and allow us to provide him with the help and support we could.
We did not just stop after handing over the clothes, but kept on having a continuous discussion with him from time to time, and in a few days, he mentioned how friendly he has started to feel with us, which we consider to be a big success.
For future plans, we are planning to continue supporting our beneficiaries' basic needs and move to delivering social activities and enhancing soft skills.
In July 2020, we will identify beneficiaries' needs for soft skills at individual level and organize a football match between asylum seekers and Greenwich students in the Croydon playground.
August, Board Game Day at Croydon Refugee Day Center, organized by Enactus Greenwich students.
September and November, we're planning to collaborate with Greenwich Business Employability Office and business partners such as Sodexo and Enterprise to learn necessary skills for coaching and mentoring.
December, launch one-to-one sessions for our beneficiaries, which will involve confidence building, developing employability skills, and preparing for a successful transition to employment by learning about the job application process, how to create a CV, and how to successfully complete an interview.
January 2021, 1 week training with Sodexo towards job in the hospitality sector, such as housekeeping that doesn't require any prior qualification.
After all this journey, we have completed 1,250 hours of volunteering.
We managed to raise £170.
We had 3 fundraising events.
Along our journey, we have learned that united we stand, divided we fall.
And we stand as Enactus Greenwich.
We'll now begin the question and answer period. How has the team laid a sustainable foundation for the future?
So at the moment we recruited deputy roles for our committee. So we have students in the second years or first years that apply for like roles in the committee team, such as like marketing deputy, events deputy. And we're also going to run like elections in the next week, where we're going to elect like the new president and the vice president and the treasurer.
How has the team displayed a true understanding of the Enactus criterion in their projects and project plans?
So we have had a little bit of difficulties with our new team members coming in and with the active members, but gradually we have started to allot the roles to specific team members. So now everyone has a specific role, and that's how we are coming in together. Like one person is responsible for X number of things, I'm responsible for something else, and then we all managed to come up together and do whatever we could this year. So that's how we came up.
How has the team displayed enterprising qualities such as a can-do mindset, the ability to turn ideas into reality, learn quickly from mistakes, and the drive and passion to succeed?
So when we started with our project Hope, we had plans to help homeless people, and we had faced plenty of difficulties over there. We went out to meet homeless people, that did not work. We went out to meet NGOs, that did not work out well for us. So gradually from there, we shifted our focus to the refugees, which we found to be in more trouble as compared to homeless people. And that's how our project shifted from helping the homeless to helping the refugees.